right there when the interaction, like that's kind of been questioned, kind of happened?
Yeah, 100%. So we just came back in from the lobby after taking like a group picture. So I was there with a few of my friends. It was a bit of a work meeting. We had a really positive interaction with Michael. Group photos. I then got a one-on-one photo with Michael, which was great. I was at the back of the group as we re-entered the lobby. So I saw Michael. He was heading towards the lifts, and he gets called back by a young lady just to say hello. And
did you hear like exactly what happened? Or what was said?
It was a very
hear?
It was a positive, like friendly conversation.
Yeah.
They had a brief interaction. It was 30-40 seconds. He kept his distance at all time. It stood about a meter away from her. They ended it with a handshake, and he literally turned around and went back to the lift.
What was anything like inappropriate said, or like
No, not at all. Not at all. There was a little bit of laughter. Obviously jovial conversation. Nothing untoward. For me to actually take notice of what was going on.
So there's not even like, did she react in any, there's no way that she reacted uncomfortably at all?
No, not in my opinion. Like, she turned around, like after the conversation, she went back into the bar area or around the bar area, and everyone continued their evening. It was nothing that I witnessed that was untoward whatsoever.
What happened? You were there.
Yeah, so I was at the bar, and I was there with two buddies of mine. We were having like a business dinner, and we looked across the bar and saw that it was Michael Irvin, which was really cool because I grew up watching football. I'm from Philadelphia, and we offered to buy him a drink. So I told the waitress, I said, "Hey, can you buy Michael a drink for us?" Michael declined the drink, but came over and said, "Thank you. I have work early tomorrow morning. I can't tonight." All that kind of stuff. And he could see, I had my phone open for a picture. So he said, "Do you want to take a picture?" I said, "Absolutely." He said, "Let's step outside. I can't take a picture inside the building," or whatever it was. So we took a bunch of pictures outside, a little after 11 o'clock, I guess it was. And when we walked in, we walked back to go into the bar. He went straight to go to his hotel room. And I guess somebody that worked there, I don't know if it was a waitress or a bartender, came up and said, "Hey, it's Michael Irvin." And he said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Michael," shook her hand. And the crazy part is it was like a 30-second interaction. Maybe it could have been a minute, because I didn't really think much of it because it was just fans kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I woke up, that ended. He went up to his hotel. I woke up, I guess, this morning and saw this thing that said, Michael Irvin, like sexual assault. And I was like, God, I just took a picture with that guy. I can't believe it. And then I read it. And it was from the night that I was there, and I was like, this is baffling, because I saw it and I never witnessed something like that happen before.
So what you said, she could have been like an employee of the hotel?
Yeah, she had a uniform on. So I don't know if she was a waitress or a bartender, but she was just in that lounge area or whatever. It was a crowded bar.
And it literally, like, what was optically, like, you're looking, it was, what happened? Like,
yeah, so I'm sitting, so we're standing right here, and so she was at kind of at the corner where the bar was, came around the corner and said, "Hey, Michael Irvin." He said, "It's nice to meet you." We shook her hand, and it was about a 30-second interaction that was jovial, like a fan interaction, and that was it. And then he went and she went back to work.
Just from your perspective, like, there's no way anything of the nature of like, you're cut from all the broadcasts. That doesn't even make sense from what you said.
That's why this morning I felt sick when I saw it, because it was the first time I was ever, first-hand experience where something like that happened that was just fabricated. It was a totally normal conversation, and the bar was, relatively packed. Like, it was a quick conversation in a crowded area. He went on his way. I never really thought about it again, and she went back to work. He went upstairs, and then when I read that it was that he was like taken off of or canceled from like the NFL Network or whatever, it just was like mind-blowing that happened so quickly off a 30-second conversation where it was normal. I didn't get it, so.
Wow.
No.
I appreciate you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Any message to like Michael? You got to meet him and everything.
No, I'll say this, man. I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up. Michael was, our enemy, right? But he's super, super, super nice guy, and that's why I felt like I needed to say something, only because he's a good dude, and to have that happen and have your like livelihood or your career taken is crazy. Like, it's not fair. So it was worth coming out and saying something.